Have you ever woken up and thought, another day, time for my usual breakfast? For many of us, that breakfast might involve a familiar friend eggs. We've heard for years how they're a powerhouse of nutrition, packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals, and for a long time. That advice held true. But as we move past 60, our bodies start to change in subtle, sometimes surprising ways. That familiar routine, that daily egg, might not be serving us quite the same way it used to. It's a hard truth to face, isn't it, that something you believed was helping you might actually be holding you back, or even creating unseen issues? The secret isn't that eggs are suddenly bad, but that our relationship with certain foods needs to evolve as we age. In this video, we're going to explore why having eggs every single day after 60 can sometimes be dangerous for your health, and what you need to know to make the best choices for you. We'll look at how your body's chemistry might react differently, potential impacts you might not even realize, and what you can do instead or how you can adjust. Make sure you watch all the way to the end, because there's something waiting that will likely surprise you and change the way you think about your breakfast routine. Now, let's dive right in and talk about the first big reason why a daily egg habit might be something to reconsider after you've passed the age of 60. And it often comes down to something we've all heard about for years, but its importance can shift as we age: cholesterol. For decades, eggs got a bad rap because of their cholesterol content. Then the science seemed to soften, suggesting that dietary cholesterol didn't impact blood cholesterol for most people. And for younger, active individuals with no underlying health conditions, that might still largely be true. But here's where the picture gets a little more complex as we get older. As we age, our metabolism changes. Our bodies might not process and regulate cholesterol in quite the same way they did in our 20s or 30s. The delicate balance of cholesterol production in the liver and absorption from food can become less efficient. For someone over 60, especially if you already have a history of heart issues, high blood pressure, diabetes, or if high cholesterol runs in your family, that daily dose of cholesterol from an egg can potentially contribute more significantly to your blood cholesterol levels than it would have when you were younger. It's not a guaranteed outcome for everyone. Of course, genetics play a huge role, as does your overall diet and lifestyle. But the risk increases. Think about it like this: when you were younger, your body might have been like a fast-flowing river, easily clearing away anything that entered. As we get older, that river might become a bit slower, maybe with a few more bends and obstacles. What it could handle effortlessly before now requires more effort to process and move along. A daily influx of dietary cholesterol, even from a source as nutrient-rich as an egg, could start to cause more buildup in that slower-moving system for susceptible individuals. This isn't about demonizing eggs. It's about acknowledging that our body's processing plants change with time. High levels of LDL, the bad cholesterol, are a major risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and peripheral artery disease, conditions that are already more prevalent in the over 60 population. Adding a significant source of dietary cholesterol daily, without fully understanding your individual risk factors or blood lipid profile, might be adding an unnecessary challenge to your cardiovascular system. So, what's the practical takeaway here? It's not necessarily never eat eggs again. For many, a few eggs a week might be perfectly fine. The key is awareness and moderation, especially if you have risk factors. If you're over 60 and eat an egg every morning, have you had your cholesterol checked recently? Have you discussed your diet, including your egg consumption, with your doctor? They can look at your personal health history, your blood work, and give you guidance tailored specifically to you. It might turn out that for you, daily eggs are absolutely fine, or they might suggest cutting back to 3 or 4 a week, or perhaps focusing on egg whites which contain the protein but not the cholesterol. The actionable step here is knowledge. Know your numbers, know your risks, and have that conversation with your healthcare provider. Don't just assume that because eggs were healthy for you at 40, they are optimally healthy for you daily at 65 or 75. Beyond cholesterol. Another area where a daily egg might pose a challenge for some after 60 relates to digestion. This is something that often goes unspoken. But digestive issues like bloating, gas, or discomfort can become more common as we age. Our digestive system slows down a bit. The production of digestive enzymes can decrease, and the balance of gut bacteria might shift. For some individuals, the fats and proteins in eggs, while nutritious, can be a bit heavy or slower to digest when consumed daily. Have you ever noticed that after a rich, eggy meal, you feel a bit sluggish or uncomfortable? While this can happen at any age, it can become more pronounced or frequent as the digestive system matures. A daily dose might mean your system doesn't get a break, potentially leading to ongoing discomfort. Imagine your digestive system as a factory processing different materials. When you're young, the factory is running at peak efficiency, with all the machinery working perfectly and plenty of staff. As you get older, maybe some machines aren't quite as fast, or you have fewer staff members available. If you send the same heavy load through every single day, the system can get overwhelmed or backed up. For some people, eggs might be one of those heavier loads. It's highly individual. Of course, some people digest eggs beautifully their entire lives, but others might find that their tolerance changes. Perhaps scrambled eggs are fine, but a hard-boiled egg sits like a brick. Or maybe frying them causes more issues than poaching or boiling. The problem isn't just the immediate discomfort, though that's certainly unpleasant. Chronic digestive strain, even mild, can impact nutrient absorption and overall gut health, which is increasingly linked to everything from immunity to mood. So, if you're eating eggs daily and experiencing unexplained bloating, gas, or changes in bowel habits, it's worth considering if your daily egg is a contributing factor. The practical advice here is simple: pay attention to your body. How do you feel after eating eggs? Is there a difference if you have them scrambled versus fried? Is there a difference if you have them 2 or 3 times a week instead of 7? Try experimenting with frequency and preparation methods. You might find that cutting back or changing how you eat them makes a world of difference to your daily comfort. Don't just power through discomfort because eggs are healthy. Listen to the signals your body is sending you. It's incredibly important to be mindful of these subtle changes as we age, because they can significantly impact our quality of life. And now, let's consider another crucial angle when it comes to that daily egg. Continuing our conversation about how our bodies change after 60 and how our diet needs to adapt, let's look at a third potential issue with daily egg consumption. And this one is less about what eggs contain and more about what eating them every day might prevent you from eating. If eggs are your go-to breakfast every single morning, 7 days a week, that means you're potentially missing out on the incredible variety of nutrients you could be getting from other breakfast foods. While eggs are indeed nutrient-dense, they don't offer everything. They have protein, yes, and some vitamins like B12 and D and choline, but they lack fiber entirely. And they're not a significant source of complex carbohydrates, many essential vitamins and minerals found in plants, or beneficial antioxidants. As we age, getting a wide spectrum of nutrients becomes even more critical. Our bodies might not absorb nutrients as efficiently, and we often need to pay closer attention to things like fiber intake for digestion, different types of protein, and a broad range of vitamins and minerals to support bone health, cognitive function, and immune response. If your breakfast slot is consistently filled with eggs, you're potentially pushing aside other valuable options like oatmeal with berries and nuts. Hello, fiber, complex carbs, antioxidants, and healthy fats. Greek yogurt with fruit protein, calcium, probiotics, vitamins, whole grain toast with avocado healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, or even a vegetable-rich smoothie fiber. Vitamins, minerals, antioxidants galore. Think of your breakfast as the first opportunity of the day to fuel your body with a diverse mix of building blocks. If you use the same few bricks every single day, you might be missing out on the mortar, the insulation, or the decorative tiles that make the whole structure strong and beautiful, relying on one food. even a good one. Daily can lead to a nutritional bottleneck, especially if the rest of your diet isn't perfectly balanced and varied, and whose is. This isn't just theoretical. It can manifest in feeling less energetic, having digestive issues, lack of fiber, or potentially missing out on the protective benefits of antioxidants found in colorful fruits and vegetables you could have added to that oatmeal or yogurt. The actionable step here is diversification. Think about rotating your breakfast. Instead of eggs every day, maybe have them 3 or 4 times a week. On other days, switch to that oatmeal, yogurt, or whole grain option. When you do eat eggs, pair them with things that offer what eggs lack. Scramble your eggs with spinach, mushrooms, and peppers. Have a side of whole grain toast. Add some fruit on the side. Don't let the egg dominate the meal. Make it part of a balanced plate that includes fiber and other micronutrients. This simple act of rotating your breakfast can make a significant difference in ensuring you get a wider array of nutrients throughout the week, supporting your health in ways that a daily, solitary egg simply cannot. It's about enriching your diet, not restricting it unnecessarily, but making sure you're getting the full spectrum your aging body needs. Finally, let's consider a fourth critical point, which ties into everything we've discussed, but brings it back to you as an individual: the impact of eggs on your specific health conditions and medications. As we get older, it's common to develop one or more chronic health conditions, whether it's heart issues, diabetes, kidney problems, or digestive disorders. It's also common to be taking one or more medications to manage these conditions. The way our bodies process and react to food can be significantly altered by these factors. What's perfectly fine for someone else your age might not be ideal for you, based on your unique health profile. For instance, if you have advanced kidney disease, protein intake, including from sources like eggs, might need to be carefully monitored by a healthcare professional to avoid putting extra strain on your kidneys. While eggs are a source of high-quality protein, the quantity and frequency could become a concern in specific medical situations. Similarly, if you're managing complex cholesterol issues or are on specific heart medications, the conversation about dietary cholesterol might be different for you compared to someone without those challenges. Digestive conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or diverticulitis can also mean certain foods, including eggs for some individuals, might trigger symptoms. It's not just about general health guidelines. It's about personalized nutrition. Have you ever thought about how the foods you eat interact with the medications you take? While eggs aren't known for major drug interactions like grapefruit juice or leafy greens with blood thinners, your overall dietary pattern, including daily habits like eating eggs, can influence how well your body is managing underlying conditions that your medications are trying to control. Eating a diet that potentially contributes to higher cholesterol when you're on statins, for example, might mean the medication isn't as effective, or your doctor might need to increase the dose. Eating foods that cause digestive distress when you have a sensitive gut can exacerbate symptoms that other medications are trying to alleviate. This highlights the absolute importance of discussing your diet, particularly any daily habits like eating eggs, with your doctor or a registered dietitian, especially if you have chronic health conditions or are on medication. They have the full picture of your health, your blood work, your history, and they can provide truly personalized advice. Relying on general health advice, even from reputable sources, isn't enough when you have specific health challenges. Your body is a complex system, and everything you put into it interacts with that system. The actionable step here is empowerment through information and professional guidance. Don't guess. Ask. Be open with your healthcare provider about your daily food intake. Let them help you determine if your daily egg is a help or a hindrance given your unique circumstances. It's about making informed choices based on your body, your health history, and your current needs. So, we've talked about how daily eggs after 60 might potentially impact cholesterol levels for some, how they could contribute to digestive discomfort as our systems change, how eating them every day might mean you're missing out on crucial nutrients from other foods. And most importantly, how they interact with your personal health conditions and medications. It's a lot to consider, isn't it? But it's not about fear. It's about knowledge and making small, informed adjustments that can make a big difference in how you feel every single day. Remember, eggs aren't inherently bad. They are a nutritious food. The question is whether having them daily is the best approach for you at this stage of life. Given your individual health profile and needs, the real danger, if you want to call it that, isn't the egg itself, but perhaps rigidly sticking to a habit that no longer perfectly serves your changing body, or doing so without understanding your personal health landscape. The surprise I mentioned at the beginning, it's the most powerful tool you have isn't found in any superfood or restrictive diet. It's your own body's signals and the knowledge you gain about yourself. Listening to how foods make you feel, getting regular checkups, having open conversations with your doctor, these are far more important than any single food rule. Maybe for you, 2 eggs 3 times a week, paired with vegetables, is the sweet spot. Maybe rotating your breakfast completely feels best. Or maybe, after talking to your doctor and looking at your health, daily eggs are perfectly fine for you. The key is making conscious choices, not just sticking to old habits because you always have. Remember, embracing these changes isn't about giving things up. It's about optimizing your health and vitality so you can fully enjoy this amazing stage of life. Small shifts in your routine can lead to significant improvements in your energy levels, your digestion, and your overall well-being. Don't be afraid to experiment a little. Pay attention and seek out information specific to your needs. You are your own best health advocate. What are your thoughts on this? Have you noticed your body reacting differently to certain foods as you've gotten older? Have you already changed your breakfast routine? Share your experiences and questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and your insights might help others in our community. If you found this video helpful and empowering, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people who can benefit from this information. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel for more practical tips and guidance on living your best, healthiest, and most vibrant life after 60. Thank you for watching. And remember, every day is an opportunity to make choices that support your well-being. Live your best life at every age.